Welcome back! We've just been given some fetch quests here as part of one of the components of Operation Breakup. It appears that Trixie here has agreed to put on a performance for Edna to convince her that Emmett's been unfaithful to her. In order to do that, though, she's going to need 3 items. A diamond, some furs, and one of Emmett's photo albums. Now, we know where the photo album is, and we're going to go back and get it, but we need the other 2 things. We need the furs and the diamond, and we don't know where to find them. But we've got a few places we can check, and this tent right here opened up when we came back from Emmett's lab. So let's see what's here. This is, I guess, the Hill Valley of the past, since the other one is Hill Valley of the future. Oops. There we go. And this one's got only 1 button. Let's see what it's got to say.
Times may be hard in Hill Valley, but our present worries fade into insignificance when we ponder our Pleistocene past. Is the wolf knocking at your door? Be glad he's not a Tyrannosaurus, king of the ancient lizards. And if you find yourself drowning in debt, well, you could be drowning in something a whole lot stickier, like the Hill Valley tar pits. This peek into the distant past is brought to you by Lamont's House of Urban, reminding you fur is forever.
That's pretty cool. Can we take this fur with us, though?
Furs donated by Lamont's House of Ermine. At least they're going to a good cause. They're stuck tight in this tar.
I wonder what we can do about that. Well, we got this motor oil here. Maybe, we can try using this, I don't know, maybe it will mix in with the tar and somehow they will help loosen it up. You never know.
I don't want to get that covered in any messy oil.
Wait, let's try using it on the diorama then.
I don't want to get that covered in any messy oil.
So that's not going to work out. Looks like we're going to have to find another way. Now on this display, though, we saw a diamond-shaped rock up here that's being used as a prism, and Tracy told us that she doesn't actually need a real diamond, just something that looks like one. So let's try to get it.
Nice rock, but I can't reach it.
I don't know why Marty just can't try climbing up here and reaching it, but let's see if we got something long enough to poke it out of there. Maybe the skateboard will help?
I'm good, but even I don't think I could skateboard on that.
Okay, so that's not going to work out. So how are we going to get that? Well, notice that it swung over here earlier when we pressed the 4th button. And when we pressed the 3rd button that triggered the rain, the shower head swung toward here in the middle as well. I got an idea.
Agricultural advances will make it a breeze to feed our burgeoning population. Tired of waiting for Mother Nature to do her job? Just press a button. Presto! An artificial rainstorm drenches the valley's thirsty crops.
Awesome. Now, when I first played this game, I gotta admit, I didn't catch that just because I thought that you could press each button only after the speech for a certain button was over. So, I wasn't aware of the fact that you could press 2 at the same time, but as it turns out, you can actually press all 5 of them almost at the same time, and the guy will just talk over himself, but it's kind of annoying to listen to, so I'm not going to do it here. Anyway, we need to go back to Emmett's lab to get the photo album, and we also need to figure out a way to make him look like a slob, so let's see what we can do about that.
How's it hanging, Emmett?
No time for small talk. I've got machines to tune and mind maps to sort.
Alright. It's probably better that way anyway. So let's take this photo album. I didn't mean to come back here.
Hey, Emmett, I've got an idea.
What?
Why don't I take your photo album over to Edna so she can pick out your new picture?
That's a great idea. She's got a better eye for these things than I do anyway. Thanks, pal.
Don't mention it.
I don't know why Marty had to walk all the way around just to come back there, but okay. That's kind of a little weird. So, I got an idea. We got this motor oil here, And earlier, Emmett and, as in Citizen Brown, and Edna both mentioned that ruining her grandfather's suit would make her really upset. So let's try spilling some of this on him.
Hey, Emmett, I've got a... Whoa! Whoops.
What the heck?
Oh, jeez, I'm sorry. Your suit's ruined. Edna's gonna be royally PO'd.
Wrong.
What?
When Edna gave me this suit, I realized that the probability of me keeping it clean was infinitesimally remote, so I spent a few hours whipping up this.
Whoa! What was that?
A chemical compound capable of wiping the grime off any surface.
Emmett, you'll make a fortune.
Not anytime soon, I'm afraid. Due to an inherent instability in its molecular makeup, after 12 hours, the cleanser's component chemicals break down into a series of cloth-shredding enzymes, rendering it unsuitable for commercial use.
Wait a minute, does that mean your suit's gonna dissolve in 12 hours?
Hey, gods, no. The solution dissipates into the air after it's applied. But it does mean that after this batch of cleanser ages another 11 hours and 53 minutes, it would eat away this suit faster than 1,000 starving moths. And that would be a crisis of unimaginable proportions.
Why?
Because this suit belongs to Edna's grandfather, who wore it on his wedding day. Poor guy was gunned down just a few years later.
Emmett?
Well, enough wool gathering. Back to work.
It eats through cloth after it sits around for 12 hours, huh? Let's take a closer look at this.
That cleanser doesn't seem very portable.
It isn't, but this is.
A perfume bottle?
Yes. No. I mean, yes, it's a perfume bottle, but inside is a concentrated dose of my all-purpose cleanser. With a little luck, this should last me through the next 12 hours before its component chemicals break down into a series of cloth-destroying enzymes.
I don't know why the game is lagging here for some reason.
Clever.
If it can take away grime, maybe we can use this on that tar pit to get that fur.
What the hell is that?
What?
Sorry, I thought I saw a tarantula.
That never gets old. Well, let's head back to the expo.
What?
Uh-oh.
I was just thinking about the future. All that talk about Edna's grandfather made me realize something.
Please let it be something about lightning.
Life can be short.
Uh-oh.
Sometimes brutally so. So why not seize the day and grab your happiness while you can?
I'm not sure I like where this is going.
I was
Yeah.
saving this for next Valentine's Day, but why should I? I know what I want.
Emmett, no.
I'm gonna ask Edna to marry me.
Oh, no.
Right now.
No!
Oh, right. I'll wait until tonight at the expo. It'll be much more romantic that way. Just think. By this time tomorrow, Edna and I will be engaged and will be the toast of the scientific community. And I owe it all to you.
You're welcome.
Oh, no. I knew coming back here was going to have some repercussions. Things have gone from bad to worse, haven't they? Okay. So we got this cleaner here. Let's try using it on the tar pits to get those furs.
It's a good thing I did this before Emmett's 12-hour time limit, where the cleanser might have dissolved the fur.
Yeah.
Let's slip out of those furs, shall we?
Perfect. Alright. So now we got all the items we need for Trixie. Let's go ahead and give all 3 of them to her.
Hi, Trix.
Oh, hiya, kiddo. Say, wouldn't it be easiest if I just march up to that Strickland dame and give her a smack in the puss?
Well, it would be fun to watch, but it wouldn't get her to break up with my friend Emmett.
Oh, right. You got all the props I asked for? The furs and the diamond? And your friend's photo album?
Not all of them yet, but I'm working on it.
Good. I'm itching to give Miss High and Mighty an eyeful.
Wait, I thought we do have all of them. We got the furs, we got the photo album, and we got the diamond. Am I just missing something?
Hi, Trix.
Oh, hiya, kid. Smacking the puss.
Well, it would be fun.
Oh, you got all the props.
Not all of them yet, but I'm working on it.
I do have all of them. Why isn't she... Okay. Maybe we had to come back later or something. That's the first time I've known of that happening. That's kind of odd. But right now we've got another dilemma on our hands. We've got to figure out a way to make sure that Emmett's suit is ruined when he comes out to see Edna later on. But how are we going to do that? Well, thankfully, he won't have his supply of Queener back at the lab with him. But he will have this, though. However, he said that he would have to age 12 hours before it turned into the series of cloth-destroying enzymes that would rip the suit apart. But we don't have 12 hours. Or do we? Well, we've got a time machine right here, and if Doc is going to keep experimenting on it, maybe we can slip this in there when he takes it back in time and tries it out.
It'll be safe in there.
And then we can come back and pick it up later. Let's, actually, let me see if the, chronometric analyzer...
Doc said to tell him when the light on his diagnostic thingy went green. Hey, the light's green.
It is green.
That means Doc could take the DeLorean out again.
Perfect. Okay, well, let's tell him that and see if he will take it out again.
I see. Well, you certainly do know a lot about me, Mr. Sagan.
From one...
I need to talk to you.
Excuse me, my dear. Yes?
Let me see here. I want to say there's more stuff that we can talk to him about.
Dad never told me about a Hill Valley Expo.
It was Mayor Thomas's idea. He had visions of Hill Valley becoming a magnet for big investors in the technology sector. But the venture folded after the third year when the influenza exhibit leaked into the concession stand.
Oh.
Aw, that's a bummer.
Good news. I think Trixie's gonna go along with my scheme.
Pursue whatever strategies you like, but please don't tell me the details.
Can we talk about Edna more?
It's about Edna.
I've forgotten how damn sure of herself she used to be.
Used to be.
Yeah.
On another subject.
Let's tell him that the light's green.
About that gizmo you've got hooked up to the DeLorean?
The chronometric analyzer?
Yeah, the light's gone green.
Wonderful. If the systems check out, I should be able to take it for another test run. I've got to run a short errand, Miss Strickland. I suggest you think about what I've been saying.
Oh, I will.
Okay, let's see what happens this time around. Just what have they been talking about anyway?
When did you land this time?
9 hours and 37 minutes ago.
Ooh.
Ouch.
Frankly, it started to get a little difficult to avoid running into myself. Still, the time jump yielded some interesting new data on the flux field. I'll run some more tests, and we'll see what we find.
Well, 9.5 hours is not quite enough to age the formula. And right now, I think the light is still red.
Nope, no green light yet.
But I think if we were to look around, and come back here a little bit later, it'll be green. I'm going to try to see if I can talk to Trixie now. I don't know why in the world the game is not letting me give her the stuff.
Hi, Trix.
Oh, hiya, kiddo. Say, wouldn't it be smacking the...
Well,
Oh, you got all the props I asked for?
not all of them yet, but I'm working on it.
I do have all of them.
I'm itching to...
Hi, Trix.
Smacking the...
Okay.
Oh,
Not all of them yet.
good.
Because here, when you walk up to her, she automatically starts talking to you, but if you click on her, that also happens as well, so I didn't know if there was a difference. It's the weirdest thing. I've never had that issue before. And let me just look again. See, I got the furs. I got the album. And I got the diamonds. That's just really odd. Oh well, we'll come back to her a bit later. Let me just see if Edna has anything more to say before I check the DeLorean one more time.
Can I talk to you a minute, Miss Strickland?
Surely. Excuse us a moment.
I don't think so.
It's like this.
Nope.
That's all the questions I got.
Very well, then.
Alrighty. Can we talk to Artie about what just happened to Trixie?
Hey, Artie.
Hey, Mr. G-Man. How's the, undercover operation?
If everything goes as planned, we should be wrapping things up real soon now.
Well, when it's time for me to play my part, just say the word.
Thankfully, we can talk to him now that Edna's not bothering him anymore.
So you're the registration guy for the expo?
And chief accountant and paymaster.
Hey, you're coming up in the world.
And none of it would have happened if I hadn't responded to that subpoena.
Indeed.
You haven't met Sylvia yet, have you?
My contact person? Not yet. Is he or she at the expo?
I don't think so, and I'm pretty sure it'll be a she. Keep your eyes open for Sylvia.
What should I do when I meet her?
Just let nature take its course. Why'd you have to go and fire Trixie?
You think I wanted to? It's illegal for me to knowingly hire a Canadian for the job, and I don't want to be in trouble with the law again.
I can understand that.
I don't suppose you miss working for Kit Tannen.
No siree, Bob. I don't know how I ever got mixed up with an abusive, gun-toting thug like that. He even stiffed me on overtime pay.
Think the Hill Valley Expo will be a success?
I don't see why not. Why shouldn't California have its own high-technology center?
Well, I think California will have its own high-technology center, but it won't be Hill Valley, unfortunately.
Keep doing what you're doing, Grandpa.
Grandpa?
That's our, code name for you.
Oh, ha! Funny.
Okay, let me look at the DeLorean again to see if the light is nice and green. So we need to age the formula just a little bit more.
Hey, the light's green.
Perfect. Alright, let's tell Doc.
I need to talk to you.
Excuse me, my dear.
Not at all, Mr. Sagan. Take your time.
Much obliged, Miss Strickland. Yes?
The light's green.
Your chronometer's gone green again.
Excellent. Let's hope this time my test run is a success. I'm sorry to desert you again.
Yes, well, you've left me with plenty to think about.
Any luck this time?
Depends what you mean by luck. My arrival time was off again.
By how much?
8 hours this time. Gave me the chance to take in 3 showings of Frankenstein. Good movie. A bit implausible from a scientific perspective, but I can see how my younger self would have been mesmerized.
What about the DeLorean?
Oh, yes. I did get one critical piece of information. The chromium elements in my circuits became unstable during the temporal shift. I should replace them with titanium.
Great.
Now, unfortunately, titanium won't become commercially available till the Kroll process is perfected in 9 years.
9 years?
But there may be another solution. I'm going to fire up the chronometric analyzer again. Then, while I'm stalling in there, you can... Uh-oh. Where did it go?
Uh-oh.
The lab!
You better get down there before she makes the situation impossible. I'll tend to the DeLorean.
Well, thankfully we've gotten what we need here.
Age to perfection.
Indeed.
Hey, Emmett, I'm back.
That doesn't look productive.
Oh my!
You know, I thought you were coming down here to keep Emmett focused on his invention.
Oh, she is. But she's generously scheduled brief canoodling breaks every 45 minutes to keep my mind fresh.
Time's up, dear. Let's get back to work.
Shall we?
Now, Mr. Callahan, what can I do for you?
Mr. Sagan says he needs to talk to you back at the high school.
He does? Whatever for?
He says he's got a lead on the speakeasy arsonist.
He does he? Well, I'm not sure anyone cares about that old story anymore. But I suppose I could spare a few minutes in the service of solving a crime. Will you be all right without me, sweetheart?
It'll be tough, but I think I'll muddle through.
Try to keep him focused. He's so easily distracted.
So you say.
Don't I wish?
But right now, I don't believe there's really anything else we have to worry about doing here. We've pretty much done all we need to do, I think. Let's just see here. We got the spray bottle and it's been aged to perfection, so all we really need to do is just put it back here on the shelf. Or give it to Emmett, I guess.
There it is. I've been looking all over for my portable anti-stick, anti-stain formula. Where'd you find it?
Out by the trash?
That's strange. I haven't been out there for hours. Oh well.
Are you gonna spray your jacket? It's looking a little dusty.
Not until it's really dirty. This cleanser doesn't grow on trees, you know. Well, some of the ingredients grow on trees, but the rest are synthesized polycarbonate
Really
detergent
dirty?
blends.
I can do that. I'll wait until you're at the expo to show Edna what a suit-destroying slob you can be. Now all I have to do is set up Edna to think that Emmett's fooling around on her, and everything will be ready to go.
Okay, so it appears that the game actually requires you to do these things in a certain order. Otherwise, that dialogue right there wouldn't make any sense. Or that line by Marty wouldn't really make any sense. So, right now, it appears that our only hope in terms of this slob part of the equation is to pour the motor oil when Emmett's actually there at the expo in front of Edna. So that won't be too hard to do. Well, at this point, I'm going to go back to the expo. And I think I should be able to give Trixie all the stuff now.
Marty!
Doc!
So what time is it? What's going on?
What time is it?
It's almost time for the opening ceremony.
Holy jeez, I better work fast. I think I got it all worked out. When it all comes together, Edna will think you're the worst guy in town. I just need a couple more pieces.
Well, don't go to too much trouble.
What do you mean? Oh,
What's going on?
you got Edna to break things off?
Not exactly. You see, I've been mulling things over, and
what?
in the timeline you're from...
The right timeline.
Yes, I've got a wife.
A great wife, Clara, and kids, and a dog, and a bitchin' time train, and...
And Edna? How does her story turn out? How does she end up?
Oh, well, Edna ends up,
Oh, come on, Doc. You can't be second-guessing yourself now. I mean, after everything she did to you. Well, I hate to lie to him, but maybe it's the only way to convince him.
she's doing great. She's got a full life, lots of friends, always busy.
She's got a fellow?
Sure, lots of them.
Lots of them. She's a tramp?
No, what I meant to say was...
Let's start over. How does Edna end up?
It looks like that's not going to work out. Well, maybe we can just tell him that it's best not to know.
You're not really supposed to know these things in advance. It's bad luck.
But you told me how my story turns out.
Yeah, but...
It's not as if I'll be in a position to do anything about it once my younger counterpart's destiny has shifted. I imagine I'll be folded into the new timeline, and I'll probably lose all memory of the old one.
Maybe.
So tell me, just to satisfy my curiosity, what's going to become of Edna?
We're gonna have to tell him, huh? Well, maybe it's best this way.
To be honest, she ends up kinda sad.
Sad?
She lives with some cats in a dinky little apartment, and she spends most of her time yelling out her window at people, and collecting newspapers, and living in the past.
I see.
That is sad, isn't it?
Perhaps we've been going about this problem the wrong way. Do we really have to completely obliterate my timeline so we can restore yours?
Doc?
Maybe we could have the best of both worlds. I could be with Edna, but it could be a little bit, you know, more healthy.
Oh no.
Can you hear yourself? Do you know what you're saying? Let me remind you.
She turned you into a puppet. Come on, Doc. Don't you remember this?
She took over your life. She kept you from doing what you were meant to do, till there was nothing left of you but this hollow shell.
Maybe, but she only did it because she cared.
I don't
She
believe
cared?
this.
All I'm saying is, let's stop and take a breath. This elaborate plan to derail my younger self's love life, is the short-term misery worth the long-term gain? Maybe we can find a third way, one where everybody wins. What do you think?
No, we can't do this. I mean, not now. We've come so far, and... I mean, there are other things that are being affected by this as well. I mean, it's not just your life. I mean, it's Hill Valley in general.
No. I'm sorry, Doc. I can't go along with what you're saying. You don't belong with Edna.
So you're determined to break us up, in spite of my stated wishes.
Basically, yeah.
Then there's nothing left to say.
Oh.
Where are you going?
Why should it matter to you? Aren't you planning on overriding me?
Ouch. To be honest, using Citizen Brown's logic here, if Edna was to end up sad and lonely in the future, I think the response I would have given him to that was that if he hadn't, or if he had married Edna, then Clara would have died in the ravine, because there wouldn't have been any sequence of events that would have necessitated going after her. And I think death is a little bit more fatal than just living in an apartment. But of course, maybe he wouldn't necessarily really have any particular feelings toward Clara, since he doesn't really know her in this timeline. I must admit, though, this whole dilemma of overriding someone's timeline is definitely a welcome addition to this story, because I didn't really feel like the original Back to the Future movies delved into this possibility very much. With all these alternate timelines going on, it was easy to forget that the people in them were real people too, and had feelings as well, and it's rather interesting to get into that here. Well, we've pretty much got everything in place, so we'll set up the final stages to make sure that Operation Breakup happens in the next video.